moment to arrive here on your mat. To get a sense of the importance of your breath. Breathing's become very important. I mean, it's always been important, but it's coming like forefront of a lot of things, how important this breath is. This is our source of life. This is our source of life, breath. Hi, mister. And as you are here cultivating the breath, just start to notice the rhythm of it. If it feels balanced, inhale to exhale. If it doesn't, and all of these observations are without judgment. Just literally just observing what's happening. Does the breath feel choppy? Is it smooth? And then as you start to fall into a rhythm with your breath, you can start to kind of dive into deeper layers. How does your body feel? What's your general state of being in this moment? All of these things are transient. They can change in a moment. With me asking you to do a pose you don't feel like doing. With me giving you a break you don't feel like taking. So mood, even physical body changes constantly. And so as observers, we note that, we don't judge it, we allow this to happen, and we just come back to breath. And then when you're ready, come onto your hands and your knees. This is Little Mister. If you're new to me, I'm Maeve. This is Little Mister. He comes in a lot, and I talk to him, and I will try not to because that can be distracting, but he is distracting. He's very handsome. All right, so with your hands down, pressing the floor away. Inhale, heart, head, tail to the sky. Really expand across the collarbones. Feel the shoulder blades into the heart. And then exhale, releasing and reversing that. Push the floor away, round that upper back. Pull the belly into the spine. Inhale, extend, feeling the peak of the breath, peak of the pose. And then exhale, pushing it away, emptying the belly. Keep moving on your own here. Take your time. You can actually change the rhythm of the breath. You can move quickly, you can move slowly. But finding newness in your body, because this is something that we do all of the time, right? Cat and cow, cat's breath. I do it often because it's a very beautiful, simple kriya that allows you to feel the balance between the inhale, the exhale, to find that rhythm, and to move the spine in opposition. But when we do something a lot, sometimes we get familiar, it gets too familiar almost, and we lose the connection of, what am I feeling here? And do I have more space to create, to take up? Next inhale, come to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes. Come into downward facing dog. Let's take a few breaths here. If your hamstrings are tight, I would encourage you to lift the heels up a little bit and bend your knees, and then send the spine back more. And then everyone, draw up on the kneecaps. And start to slowly move in the direction of straightening the legs. It doesn't mean you ever have to straighten your legs. And your heels get a little heavier. Your fingertips get a little heavier. Base of the index finger roots down. Wrap the triceps downward toward the floor. Biceps gently press out as triceps gently press in. With an inhale, shift into plank. Every single time we come into plank, use your knees every single time. From here, nice and strong, float the right leg up. And then come into three-legged dog. Stretch that leg back. Keep the hips in neutral for a few breaths. And just see if you can draw up and back on that left hip. And then keep both legs straight or something like that. And start to turn the right hip open. And keep the shoulders square. So lift the left shoulder up, the left armpit. And then lift the right leg a little higher. Keep it straight. And then if it feels good, bend your knee. And maybe move the thigh bone back a bit on that right leg. And then come back through center. Draw your knee into your chest, place your foot between your hands. And then bend the front knee a lot. Stack your knee on top of your heel, rise up, crescent pose. Steady your gaze, steady your breath. Energize the legs toward each other, so there's a scissoring action in the legs. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows out to the side, lift the heart up. Inhale, rise up, maybe look up at the hands, maybe bring the palms to touch. Exhale, bend the elbows, take them wide. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, elbows wide. Two more like that. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Bring your hands into your heart. Tip forward. And just stay here. Nice, long, energetic line from the crown of the head, through the spine, through the back leg, out the heel. Yes. Beautiful. Good, just reach your left hand down to the floor. Keep your right hand at your heart. Turn open to the right. Beautiful. Good. Roll the right shoulder open and then shoot that right arm straight up. So I'm just barely on my fingertips of my left hand. I'm mostly just holding myself up here and working the arms in opposition. So reaching the right hand high, and then I'm using the left fingers in the ground, but I'm not resting down the arm. I'm pushing to rise. Take one more breath in. Release your hand down. Step back to plank. Inhale and plank. Straight line lowers down to your belly. Take your hands out wide. Up on the fingertips. Kind of pull the fingertips into the center of the palm, the center of the hand. Push the tops of the feet down. And then curl the heart forward and rise up into cobra. Just a version of cobra. As you're here, shoulder blades into the heart. One more breath in. Soften down. Exhale. Tuck your toes. Hands next to the lower ribs. Fire up your legs. And then press straight up to plank. Whole plank. Left leg stretches back. And then three-legged dog. Take that left leg back. Keep the hips in neutral. Try to lift the right hip a little higher. And feel that left hip kind of wrap down just a smidge to stay in line with the right hip. Good. Keep this right shoulder, this right armpit lifting. Start to turn the left hip open. Lift the leg a little higher. And then maybe bend the knee. And then maybe move the left thigh bone back a little bit. Notice if you're collapsing into that right side, stay strong. Come back through center. And then draw your knee into your chest. Place your foot next to your left hand. Crescent pose, rise up. First few breaths, just find your center. Feel the energy in the legs as they Feet draw toward each other. Steady your gaze, steady your breath. Inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, reaching up. Maybe bring the palms to touch. Exhale, elbows down. Inhale, maybe the gaze travels up. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Hands together at your heart, inhale. And then just hinge from this left hip. And so once we go into this hinged position, you usually have more space available to straighten the back leg. And just take a little gander down at your left knee. See if you can get your left knee on top of your left heel. And with every exhale, just contain the ribs a little bit more in the front of your body. Start to lift the pubic bone toward the belly button just a bit so that you're opening up that low back. Good. And then just reach the right hand down, fingertips if it's okay, and then left hand. Keep it at the heart, just roll the shoulder open, roll the chest open, and then stack the hand on top. So the arm doesn't guide you into the twist. Find the twist from your center and then add the arm to the top. One more inhale. Release your left hand down. Step back to plank. Inhale. Chaturanga or the floor. Exhale. Rise up. Inhale. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Pause here and breathe. Inhale, come high to your toes. Bend your knees deeply. Exhale all your breath. Look at your hands. Bring your feet to your hands. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, fold down. Rise to stand, inhale. And draw your hands into your heart with your exhale. Just pause here. Couple breaths. Find your center. Release the hands down. Stretch the fingers open. Inhale, reach up, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Come halfway, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. So in that transition from chaturanga, up dog, down dog, chaturanga vinyasa, you can roll over your toes, you can flip the feet. If you flip the feet, try to alternate the leg that you flip with first, just so that you're balancing out your back. Rise high to your toes, inhale. Bend your knees, look forward, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise up to stand, inhale. Hands into your heart, exhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, offer your heart, lengthen your spine. Keep the length, chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, high to your toes. Bend your knees, look forward, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise, inhale. Hands into your heart, exhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale and bow. Inhale, heart forward, gaze slightly forward. Chaturanga, exhale. Move through your vinyasa, and we meet in downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, right leg back, inhale. Right knee into your chest, exhale. Inhale, stretch back. Exhale, same thing, draw into the center. Think of cat's pose. One more time, inhale. And then exhale, place your foot between your hands. Crescent pose, rising up. And then exhale, hands into your heart. Hinge forward, tip forward, warrior three. Lift that back leg up. So really powerful in the back leg. Heart forward. Hands can be at heart like I'm doing, or you can have them overhead, alongside the body, reaching toward the back foot, whatever feels good to you. For me today, I just need to center. I just need to find my center, so I'm going to keep them at my heart. You're going to start to bend the standing leg. Open up the arms, warrior two. You're just going to arrive with that left leg down. You don't have to stick it. You can move around if you need to find that right spot. So lengthening the inner right thigh, inner groin to inner knee on top of heel, heel of the front foot pulling toward the back foot. Start to build the arch of the back foot. Reverse warrior, inhale, take it up and back. And then rise up. Come onto the back toes. Left arm outside the right thigh. Bring the hands together, the palms together. And then bring them to the heart if it's okay. So a little deeper twist this round. Every inhale, create some space. Every exhale, allow the body to go deeper into the space you just created. One more breath in. Release your hands down. Step back to plank. Chaturanga with your exhale. Rise up and open, inhale. Dog pose, exhale. Left leg back, inhale. Exhale, knee into your chest, round the upper back, think cat's pose. Inhale, stretch back. And then exhale, draw in. Inhale, back. And exhale, draw in. Place your left foot, top of the mat. Rise up, crescent pose. And then hands into your heart. And hinge over. Lift off, warrior three. Can you find more space across the collarbones? Can you lift the left hip a little higher? I'm going to soften the front knee, open up, warrior two. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. With an inhale, reverse your warrior, up and back. One more inhale. And then bring the hands around. Beautiful. Step back to plank with control. And then lower chaturanga. Rise with your inhale. And downward facing dog. Exhale. Few breaths here. Just recenter. Rise high to your toes, inhale. Bend your knees, look forward, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Utkatasana, bend the knees. Shift the knees back, the shins back, chair. Hands into your heart. Left arm outside your right thigh. We're going to twist to the right. Yeah. Beautiful. Take the top arm up. Roll the shoulder open. And bring the hands back together. Take one more breath here. And then inhale, come back to chair. Hands through center. Right arm outside the left thigh. Same thing to the opposite side. Take the top arm up, roll the shoulder open. Bring the hands back together. Take a little bit more space to open up. Come back to chair in the center. Beautiful, stay with it, stay with it. Pick up your heels. Sink down, and then lie down carefully. Yeah, really good. Hands behind your head. Knees are gonna lift up. It's a breath exercise. That's all. So if you need to leave part of it off, you make it work. Inhale. Exhale, shoulders up. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Opposite shoulder, opposite knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale. Keep like that with your breath. So my rhythm might not match your rhythm. Find your own rhythm. It's an inhale to center. It's an exhale to twist. Yes. Beautiful. If you want to make this more challenging, the leg as it extends can kind of skim along the floor. Yeah. If you need to make it easier, bring the legs higher. Yes. Really good. So as you're here, it's easy to feel like you're closing off through the chest, across the chest. Do your best to stay open. Wherever you are, last two to each side. Come through center, feet down. Bridge pose, rise up. One more inhale. And then release it down with your exhale. Hug your knees to your chest, give yourself a squeeze. We're going to come up and through right into Chaturanga Vinyasa. So if you're comfortable, you can just rock it forward, plant the hands, and take it back. Or you'll find your way there in any form or fashion. And then once you arrive back into downward facing dog, just give yourself a moment, few breaths. reconnect hands and feet.